Hi, I'm Casey.
Hi, I'm Momo.
And welcome to Casita de Momos.
All right, well, welcome to our kitchen, shopping station, and laundry room, all in one. So living in a tiny home, if you love to cook, not gonna lie, kind of a struggle, not a lot of counter space. So we decided to implement this rolling island. When I am cooking, I can at least come here and chop stuff. I can have other stuff here, like getting ready to prep. So if you love to cook, I definitely would think about what type of kitchen you want in your tiny home. If cooking is big for you and you like to meal prep, definitely something to consider. Induction stove, not my fave. I'm a gas girl, but it gets the job done, you know? We've got a microwave that acts as also a air fryer, I believe, a convection oven, if you will. So that's kind of convenient if you need two ovens at the same time. Cabinet space, kind of limited because the insides are kind of small. You got to be kind of intentional with what you bring into the space. Being intentional is annoying. It's definitely something you have to adapt to because in our normal sized home, you don't have that. You have a big pantry, you've got tons of counter space, and it's just something you don't think about. With things being intentional, we do a lot of R&D for the business. So you would imagine we would have some big cooking pots in here. Not very fun, but it makes it interesting and memories are great. We had all of our food stuff up here. And by the way, Casey put this gorgeous shelf up there because that did not come with the space. So imagine that, all of this up here without that. More space. Good job on him. So we had all of our food stuff on there. It just didn't look right. So then we decided to put all the dishes up there to give it more of a modern, that mod look. I don't know what it's called. So as you know, cabinet space is very scarce. However, we were able to find these awesome magnetic spice holders. And you can stick them to the side of the refrigerator. And it makes it super easy. So when you're cooking, just kind of grab it and sprinkle and do what you need to do. We also have a full-size refrigerator. Well, I guess full-size-ish. The freezer storage is actually, it kind of sucks. So if you're into freezer items, don't be. Same as our battery management station, we do have to manage our ice. So we have a ton of ice trays in here along with an ice maker in here. However, the ice maker is very convenient for our business, but it also takes up a lot of space. Garbage cans inside, definitely wouldn't recommend anything too big. That's going to take up a lot of space. We've got one here, just a little doohickey, and then we've got one out. We've got two outside, one for recycling, one for regular trash that we'll show you guys later. And while you're chopping, we have this little garbage can right here. If you're chopping veggies and you want to put it in your compost, you can put the bag over, slide your veggies in, you're good to go. Take it outside to your compost, and it collapses back in. That way you won't run into anything. This washer and dryer, it's perfect for the space because they're a little smaller. However, you're limited to how many loads of laundry you can do or how much you can stuff in the laundry all at one time. You will have to do multiple loads. However, there are two laundromats on the premises where if I was just like, I need to get it done, I could just go pay just laundromat prices and just get it done. So it's convenient, so you don't have to go to a laundromat. However, the laundromat, we do have it as an option.
All right, so when we made the decision to go tiny, it was basically me. I had to champion, like, tell Marissa, like, I'm planning on buying a tiny home, and she's like, okay, cool, sure, whatever, figure it out. At the time, we were renting our bigger home out on Airbnb and residing with her parents, which was fantastic. But I'm a 38-year-old man. We did that for about 6 months, and coincidentally, my friend in Idaho, where I had another house, my first house when I got out of the military, it was rented out, and my friend, who's a realtor and was my property manager, lived 2 doors down. I made the decision because prices were good, and like because my friend's a realtor, like we wouldn't have to pay fees. It would be an easy transition. With the money that I received from that, I had about enough money to buy a tiny home. So that's where like the focus started to lead, coupled with the fact that we are running a business and we're a bootstrap business and stuff like that. We wanted to minimize our cost so that we weren't strangling the financials of the business. So we decided to live in the tiny home, rent out our other home that we are absolutely in love with as well. All right, guys, this is our living room. So since we run a business out of our tiny home, right here has, if so facto, became our staging area. There's a lot of stuff that our particular business, we need to bring it in, but it also needs to get distributed to different areas. We have a couple employees that help us sell our Michelada mix, and we're either in like farmers markets, or we're in doing demos in liquor stores and like little grocery stores and stuff. And so it's difficult, but it's a sacrifice that we're making, because like living tiny allows us to do this as a bootstrapped business instead of like a funded business where a lot of other people have hands in the pot and stuff. It's literally just me and Momo that own this business. What we've kind of done here is we've hidden our cap box. This is also our shipping station. So we're shipping all sorts of bottles, printing bottles. Basically, we just grab our laptop computer, put it right here, plug it into the label, and then we start like stamping our boxes and putting the labels on, and we're doing that Monday through Friday. I believe this is a 50-inch TV. Momo has especially gravitated towards greenery over the last couple years of the pandemic and stuff, so we've been like propagating different viney plants and stuff like that. We feel like the greenery is like our decorations, if you will. It's our art, our babies, or Momo's babies, rather. Our cat, Jax, he's had to kind of live this fluid being since moving here. This is his like little domain. He's got his tiny. Because of the fact that we own another bigger home, we haven't had to like reduce our personal belongings that much. So this like little like corner like shelving area is like the only kind of personal belongings, like trinkets, things that I think we have in this whole place. The other side of the room is our couch. This is V2 of our couch. That's something that you should keep in mind when you own a tiny home is you're probably going to buy things multiple times. This is our second couch. Rooms to Go is shout out Rooms to Go, not a sponsor, but they were pretty good with their return system and stuff, so that was appreciated. And that's where we got this couch, and I feel like this is probably a pretty common tiny home couch, and you've seen this probably a ton of times, but you can turn this into a bed, or it's really nice for movies and stuff like that. And then you got your storage. As we like transition, because we're running a business and since we're mobile, we do farmers markets and stuff, and it gets bloody hot in Austin, Texas. We have to like manage batteries, and so like we have to do like fans and like I'll show you this little we're all about gadgets, by the way. So this little gadget, it'll charge your phone. You can put it on your waist and boom. You should probably get that in slow motion.
So what we do love about the tiny home is it does, well, one, we don't necessarily have to worry about landscaping. Now on the founder side, which is what side we're on, you do have the ability to plant any type of plants that you want in the ground. However, on the farm side, you don't have that ability. And it's mainly because they don't want anything interfering with the farm and their growth of any vegetables or whatnot. So that's the downside. I mean, if you're not into gardening, then it's not a downside. We do have a community pool. It includes 2 pools. One of the pools is a heated pool that's connected to a hot tub. So it's very nice if you are like us and you're always on your feet, working a ton of hours every week. It's nice to decompress in the hot tub.
That's where we have a lot of our meetings too.
We do have a lot of meetings in the hot tub.
If you're going to be stuck talking business, might as well be in a hot tub.
Exactly. We chose this because, one, we don't have any land right now. We have no land purchased, and we kind of don't know where we would purchase land currently. So the community allows us to still own the tiny home, yet we pay someone to take care of all the different amenities that we don't have to, basically no stress. We just have to worry about the tiny home itself.
So here's our bathroom. It's tiny, as you would suspect. If you're super tall, it's going to be worth noting that it's probably only an inch taller than me, and I'm about 6 foot. So if you're like 6'1", 6'2", okay, I'm 5'11" and 3/4, okay? 5'11" and 3/4, Momo, she just busted me, but whatever. So if you're taller than me, be mindful, okay? You just got a little pedal, like a little sink, but this is the throne. We collectively, and I will speak for both of us, like every bathroom needs a bidet. So we have a bidet attached to ours. Like when you're living tiny, you want things to be collapsible, foldable, whatever. So here's a squatty potty. If you are planning on sharing the bathroom, it's a one-person show. Really, there's not enough room for 2 people to do anything. There's been so many mornings where, like, I wake up and I gotta go and it's already taken and I gotta wait, and vice versa, of course. That's just one thing to be mindful of. You gotta learn to hold it. All right. Right here we have our shower. It's actually not as small as you would think. I would actually, this is probably comparable to our other home's shower. And we installed this shower head that also has like the removable thing, and you could switch it back and forth. I swear by this, not only if you run an Airbnb, but for your own needs. Like if you just have a dispenser, just pour all your soap in there, and it doesn't look bad, and it is very functional. So the last thing in here is this towel rack, and I really like having something that doesn't look bad but serves as like towel storage.
To our guest bedroom slash my dojo slash my workspace slash storage for shipping materials for our business. I'm sorry for all the slashes. Side note, if you like showering with your partner, you should kill that dream once you enter a tiny house. Just note it. Welcome. So normally I have a collapsible desk in here. We arrange the bed and push it over a little bit. Well, just because we wanted to be fancy for y'all. We wanted to show you how it looked without all of my work stuff. I do work from home on top of doing our business, Momo's, and I'm in school. So this is kind of my work area. I can come in here. I don't have to bother Casey. When he's out on a meeting out there, we can close the door. That way we both have our privacy. And I talked about our packaging supplies being here. So this bed, it doubles as a storage like our couch in the living room. So let me show you. Please don't judge. We got a lot of stuff underneath here, but we've got all of our packaging, mix, and all sorts of things. Our printer, when we pull out and need to print something. So it's actually a pretty cool bed. I'd have this in a normal size house as well. Just so y'all know, this is the second bed we've purchased. Just like the couch, you might run into some 2s or 3s. You never know. If we didn't despise having to tear this bed down, we would definitely get something like a Murphy bed or like one of those doohickeys that look like a dresser but pulls out into a bed. So that's something I highly recommend. So this is our closet. As you can tell, it's a lot of space. And the builders, they did a great job having it split open on this side so you can also access your clothing on this side. I'm joking. I would like that to be removed. However, that's another story. Anywho, closet space, it's really not a lot. You, once again, have to get real creative. You could also get some bins and store your clothes underneath here. I am really bitter about this portion, though, because I feel like the builders could have, one, had this open up. That way we can access the end. Like, the closet literally goes to, like, probably the end of this. It would have been nice if they opened this up completely and not put a useless plug here that I never use, ever, because my closet's always open anyway, so.
So as we move up to the loft, one thing that we chose to do was stash our shoes going up the stairway into the loft. This is our loft. We have a king-size bed up here. Second bed. As we've been saying, like as you can see, maybe if the camera will pan, there's no way to get an actual mattress bed up in here, which we tried. Like I had to go to get a massage afterwards because like I was trying to get it up here and we just couldn't. Like it was a total pain. So we had to send the bed back, and then we bought one of those bed in a box type situations, and we were able to easily get it up here. It's actually very comfortable, and I don't know how we're going to get it down. So if we ever sell this thing, bed is included. So then we just have our dressers on both sides, and then a couple nightstands. I don't know if you guys could tell from the camera work, but Momo is quite a bit shorter than I am. Even though I'm only 5'11 and 3/4, she is only like 5'2", so she gets that side of the bed because the roof is sloped, and she's also younger and more agile than I am. So she gets that side, I get this side. I watched another one of your guys' videos before, and I can absolutely relate. I appreciate having a smoke detector, but it's got a green light that just shines and beeps on me all night. So, boom.
So this is our balcony, our patio, whatever you want to call it. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the tiny home because, one, it is spacious and I like to be outside. Earlier I talked to you guys about our trash situation, and at first we had a trash receptacle inside the house, but as a tiny house, you're always solving problems. And it just kind of took up too much space and was kind of bulky. So we decided to get some outdoor trash cans and just put them in front of the door. We have one for recycling, and then we have one for our regular trash. Come over here, nice little lounge area. Like to stare at the birds. We like to bird watch over here. We have a nice view of not only the farmhouse, but our neighbors over there. We have great neighbors. More plants. This is the African milk tree that I was telling you guys about. Ow, I just poked myself. So we chill there. Also, back to buying things multiple times. We've purchased maybe about 3 outdoor patio sets, and this one is the final one for now, but it works perfectly. So this is where we come and chill and hang out at night or in the morning and drink our coffee. We set this up that way we can have a little bit of privacy. Obviously, if you look at our deck, it's pretty open, and we do have plans to put maybe like a curtain here. That way we're not staring directly at our neighbor in his kitchen. But yeah, this is a lovely space, and I love to come out here and just let the wind blow through my hair and have some meetings with Casey about our business out here on this patio. So it's a good time. It's a good time.
All right, so at the beginning of our tiny home search, like we had a few options that were available. But what ultimately kind of got us over the edge and pulled the trigger on this one is because you can't beat the lot. A lot of these tiny homes, because we're in this community, which is fantastic, they are like one next to another and stuff, which helps build community, which I'm all about. But at the same time, like having a lot where you only have one neighbor, and then I get all this green space, and then furthermore, I have a few cars. I have a bitchin' El Camino right here, a future bitchin' El Camino. It runs great. It needs some body work, so shout out if you want to work on an El Camino and you're watching, let's talk. Anyway, so we have a few spots for cars, whereas most people, they only have 1 or 2 parking spots. So that like really helps us, like being able to pull our trailer in every now and then. The house itself, it's just kind of natural looking, which I appreciate. I love the tin roof. Like we sleep in that loft, and hearing the rain, all the storms on the tin roof, it's a game changer. I absolutely love it. It's run on propane. We do our hot water through propane. It's connected to the electrical. We have internet. We have cable. So that's great. And this is This is the only unit that is facing like that way, where all the other ones are in line in like a row. So it's kind of unique. I like to be different. March to the beat of your own drum, kids. So we appreciate being able to share our business with you guys, a glimpse into what it's like, and just so you know, it's Momo's Michelada if you guys want to order some. We have a lemon-based, tomato-free, Nicaraguan-inspired Michelada mix.
It is also vegan and gluten-free until you add beer, if you like beer. However, it does pair well with Topo Chico, and it does make a great marinade. So we hope you enjoy it. If you live in the Austin area, you can find us at all 4 locations of Tom's Market and all 3 locations of the Austin Shaker. And we are in 40 plus bars and restaurants around town. So if you check us out on our Instagram, and that's Momo's Michelada, no mix part, just Momo's Michelada, we have a list of all the bars and restaurants that we were served at.
So if you want to be awesome, like we think you want to be awesome, we do appreciate the support, and we can't wait to get in your mouth. Satisfaction guaranteed. Alright guys, so we've had a pleasure sharing our life, our tiny home, our business. So if you guys want some Momos, you can go on to Amazon or momosmicheladamix.com.
Thank you guys so much for joining us here and taking a tour of our tiny home.